going on, everybody? I'm Josh Douglas, introducing a brand new bait that I've been playing with here for a little while from Shimano. This is the new Macbeth 57F flat, and this has an awesome technology. I'm a big fan of throwing flat side crankbaits. You got your circuit board lip, you know, catches fish. Of course, everyone kind of knows it's a pre-spawn, early, late winter type deal, but at the same time, smallmouth love it, especially in colors like this, real bright. I can throw it up on the top of the reef, someplace like Mille Lacs, and get a lot of bites. And the thing that I love about this most is the technology behind it. I have boxes full of flat sides. The one negative about a flat side, they just don't cast well. They want a helicopter in the air, they catch wind. This has Shimano's jet boost concept, jet boost technology. It's a weight transfer system. You can actually hear it. It's a weight that actually goes back to the back to help your cast and then springs forward. You don't have to jerk this bait when it hits the water to get the spring back. It automatically comes back on it once you cast it and it hits the water. This right here, this Macbeth at 57F flat, lethal little bait. You can cast it a long way. It's 3/8 ounce, but at the same time, with that jet boost technology, it casts. Let's talk about the setup, because I think that's kind of important. I am using a G Loomis IMX Pro. This is the 847 CBR. I might even split back and forth if it's right now we're down here, it's Florida time, it's still winter time for them, but the fish are kind of aggressive. So the 47 I like because I can kind of put the beans to them a little bit. At the same time, if we're talking pre-spawn, early stuff, you got to think those fish are just kind of nipping at it. They're not quite wanting to eat it, so I might go to an 845 CBR. But the CBR stands for crankbait rod, which means it is a heavy power, but it's very parabolic, and that's extremely key. So it's a 7-foot rod, and the thing why I want a 7-foot rod is a lot of times I'm target throwing it down rip-rap, stuff like that. I'm not necessarily out off of a ledge or out deep firing this thing away. The 7-footer, I get a little bit more accuracy out of that. In the CBR series, that more parabolic action is going to keep that fish on. Once it loads up, I'm going to get them in the boat. I'm using a Shimano Chronarch MGL, and this is a 150G, so it's a 6-speed reel. And the reason I'm using that is because a lot of times we are talking about pre-spawn, shy bass, lethargic bass. I just want to be able to reel this thing slow and kind of beat it off the rocks and stuff like that on the way back. My line of choice for this is going to be 12-pound Seeger Invis-X. I'm just an Invis-X guy, but the 12-pound test is important. I can cast further with it, and it's going to allow the bait to have more action. As if I use a 17 or 20, it's going to take away a lot of my shimmer that this bait has. So definitely get yourself a Macbeth flat, the 57F from Shimano, paired up with the G Loomis, a nice Shimano reel, and get to catching more fish as soon as the ice breaks, for sure. Tight lines.